Have you ever stepped into someone's home and felt an instant wave of peace, like the house itself was giving you a warm hug? It wasn't fancy furniture or spotless perfection. It was the quiet magic of small, thoughtful habits, repeated every day with love. In today's story, we're uncovering the gentle, powerful routines that help seniors keep their homes not just clean, but alive with warmth and intention. If you've ever wondered how to make your space feel like a sanctuary without burning yourself out, this is for you. Comment 1. If you believe a peaceful home begins with small, consistent actions. While some people chase peace through silence or solitude, others discover it in the quiet discipline of their morning routine. One of the simplest yet most powerful habits that seniors with peaceful, inviting homes practice is making their bed every single morning. It may sound trivial, 2 minutes of straightening sheets, fluffing pillows, and smoothing out blankets. But those 2 minutes hold power. It's not just about tidiness, it's about momentum. A made bed sets a tone. It's a silent declaration that the day has begun, that you've already accomplished something before breakfast. Walking back into your room hours later and seeing that crisp, calm surface, it feels like someone left a little gift behind for you. It's a small act of self-respect, a reminder that your space and your well-being deserve care. In contrast, an unmade bed can become visual noise. It whispers that there's still something undone, that you're behind before the day even starts. Over time, those whispers pile up, leaving the home feeling restless, even if everything else is in place. And here's the surprising part. People who make their beds are more likely to keep the rest of their space tidy, too. It becomes a ripple effect, one small action inspiring the next. If you've never tried it, start tomorrow. Don't aim for perfection, just make the effort. Comment 2 if you believe that a 2-minute habit can transform the way your whole day feels. But a clean surface alone isn't always enough to make a home feel truly alive. There's something deeply human about the need for fresh air, a daily reminder that the world beyond our walls is still breathing. That's why one of the most overlooked habits among seniors with warm, welcoming homes is opening a window each morning, even just for a few minutes. It's easy to underestimate this simple act, but stale air carries more than just odors. It carries heaviness. After a night of stillness, letting in a breeze resets the energy of the room. The temperature shifts, the light changes, and suddenly, everything feels less stuck. Fresh air does more than refresh a space. It refreshes the soul. It reduces that feeling of being boxed in, especially for those who spend much of their time at home. And it's not about keeping the house cold or turning your living room into a wind tunnel. Even cracking a window while you make your morning coffee is enough. This habit speaks to something deeper. A willingness to let go, to release the old and welcome something new every single day. It costs nothing. It takes less than 5 minutes. And yet, the mood shift it creates can carry through the entire day. If you've been feeling heavy in your home, try letting the morning in just once and see what happens. Comment 3. If you believe that a breath of fresh air can change the way your home and your heart feels. Of course, the air isn't the only thing that can grow stale. So can the surfaces we use every day. Counters, tables, bathroom sinks, these are the quiet workhorses of a home. They catch crumbs, coffee rings, toothpaste splatters, fingerprints, and dust without complaint. But over time, even the smallest mess left unattended begins to speak louder than we expect. That's why wiping down high-use surfaces each day is one of the most grounding habits a person can build. This isn't about scrubbing until your arms ache. It's about presence, awareness, taking 30 seconds to acknowledge the space that supports you and give something back. A quick swipe with a damp cloth after brushing your teeth or finishing lunch doesn't just clean, it closes a loop. It restores order in the smallest, most satisfying way. And here's the truth. When surfaces are already clean, clutter is less likely to form. You think twice before dropping mail on a clear kitchen island. You feel more at ease brewing tea on a polished counter. Clean spaces silently encourage more care and more peace. Daily wiping isn't glamorous. No one will applaud you for it. But over time, it becomes a quiet ritual of respect for your home and for yourself. Start with one surface: your bathroom sink, your bedside table, or your favorite corner in the kitchen. Comment 4 if you believe that a few intentional seconds each day can create a home that feels calm, cared for, and completely yours. Once surfaces are clean, the next challenge is keeping them that way. And that starts with what we leave behind. Clutter rarely arrives all at once. It sneaks in slowly, disguised as harmless pauses. A coffee mug left just for now. A book resting on the arm of the couch. Keys dropped on the nearest table. None of it feels like a problem until it piles up and suddenly the space feels heavy again. That's why one of the most effective habits of tidy homes is deceptively simple. Put things back immediately after using them. No delay. No, I'll get to it later. Just a quiet commitment to finish what you start. It's called the one-touch rule. If you touch it, you deal with it fully. Picked up a sweater. Hang it back. Use the scissors. Return them to the drawer. These moments take seconds, but collectively, they keep a home in flow. They eliminate the mental burden of catching up and replace it with the calm of being on top of things. What makes this habit powerful isn't the time it saves. It's the weight it lifts. There's a kind of freedom in knowing everything is where it belongs. And there's a quiet confidence that builds when your space consistently reflects intention, not delay. Try it today. Pick one area where clutter tends to land and guard it with care. Comment 5 if you believe that putting things away right away is a gift to your future self. But clutter isn't always physical objects we use. It often comes in the form of paper, and it builds faster than we notice. Mail, receipts, coupons, notes, catalogs. Paper clutter has a way of creeping in quietly and spreading across flat surfaces before we've had time to react. Left unchecked, it drains energy from a space. A beautiful dining table covered in unopened envelopes loses its charm. A tidy kitchen island becomes invisible beneath a layer of paper that was meant to be temporary. That's why seniors who maintain clean, peaceful homes have this one habit in common. They handle paper immediately. Junk mail goes straight to recycling. Bills are sorted into a designated tray or folder. Magazines are either read that week or passed along. Nothing sits idle, waiting for a mythical later that rarely comes. The beauty of this habit is how little time it takes, often less than a minute. But the payoff is massive. When paper is under control, so is your attention. You stop scanning the same stack of mail every day, and you reclaim your counters, desks, and mental clarity. Want to take it further? Keep a small basket or file box near your entryway. Make it a daily checkpoint, not a dumping ground. It's a quiet victory every time you pass that space and see it clear. Comment 6 if you believe clearing paper daily is more than tidying. It's taking back control of your environment. If paper can overwhelm a surface, laundry can quietly take over an entire room, and your peace of mind with it. Laundry isn't just a task, it's a cycle. And when it's delayed, it multiplies. One day of postponing turns into 3. Before long, you're staring at overflowing baskets, wrinkled piles, and the weight of a chore that feels too big to face. That's why people with calm, well-kept homes rarely let laundry pile up. Instead, they do a small load each day. It sounds counterintuitive. Why not save it all for laundry day? But here's the difference. A daily load isn't a chore. It's a rhythm. Toss in a few items after breakfast, dry and fold them after lunch, and you're done before dinner. No buildup, no stress, and it's not just about convenience. Daily laundry also keeps things fresher. Clothes don't sit long enough to smell musty. Towels don't get forgotten. You're more likely to wear what you love because it's always clean and ready. Think of it as a maintenance habit, like brushing your teeth or rinsing a dish. Small, consistent action that prevents bigger messes later. If doing laundry feels overwhelming, start with just one category: towels, socks, or tomorrow's clothes. Keep it light. Keep it moving. Comment 7 if you believe staying ahead of the laundry can help keep your entire life feeling lighter. Just as laundry benefits from consistency, so does another daily ritual that often gets postponed: the dishes. There's something uniquely discouraging about waking up to a sink full of dirty dishes. Before the day has even begun, the weight of yesterday is already waiting. It sends a message. You're behind again. That's why one of the most underrated but impactful habits is never leaving dishes overnight. It's not about scrubbing every pot until it shines. It's about drawing a line under the day. A clean sink signals closure. It creates space for a fresh start in the morning. And when you walk into your kitchen and see nothing waiting to be dealt with, your whole body relaxes. You're free to begin again. This habit doesn't require much. A quick rinse, a short loading of the dishwasher, or 5 minutes of hand washing after dinner is often enough. It's less about time and more about intention. And here's what many people don't realize. Keeping the sink clean naturally encourages you to keep the rest of the kitchen tidy. Mess attracts mess, but so does cleanliness. A sparkling sink becomes the anchor of a peaceful kitchen. So tonight, before heading to bed, take a moment to reset. It might feel small, but tomorrow, you'll feel the difference. Comment 8 if you believe that closing the day with a clean sink opens the door to a calmer tomorrow. With the dishes done and the sink cleared, it's easy to assume the home is clean enough. But sometimes, the most overlooked details are the ones we touch every single day. Dust may seem harmless, even invisible at times, but it quietly accumulates on nightstands, coffee tables, TV remotes, and light switches. And before long, that thin film of neglect makes even the tidiest room feel dull. That's why one of the most effective daily habits is wiping down high-touch surfaces. It's not about deep cleaning the whole house. It's about staying ahead of the buildup. Just a minute or two each day can prevent allergens from spreading and keep your space visually fresh. More importantly, it reinforces something deeper: attention to the places you live your life most. There's something satisfying about wiping down the areas you reach for again and again. You're not just dusting, you're acknowledging the rhythms of your day. Where you rest your book, where you set your glasses, where your life happens. And because these spaces are small and specific, the habit is easy to build. Keep a microfiber cloth in a drawer or basket where you use it most. Make it part of your morning or evening wind down. You'll be amazed how such a simple practice can lift the energy of an entire room. Comment 9 if you believe that caring for the small, familiar spaces we touch each day brings lasting comfort into the home. Once the dust settles, literally and figuratively, What remains is the energy you bring into the space before the day ends. That's why one of the most transformative habits isn't something you do in the morning or during the hustle of midday. It's what happens in the final, quiet moments of the evening. A simple 5 to 10 minute tidy-up before bed. It may seem optional. After all, who wants to straighten pillows or put away shoes when you're already tired? But here's the secret. This brief act of care isn't just for your home. It's for the version of you who wakes up tomorrow. Imagine stepping into your living room first thing and seeing everything just where it belongs. Blankets folded, surfaces clear, nothing in the way. That feeling of calm isn't an accident. It's the result of a few intentional minutes the night before. Even more, this routine doesn't have to be overwhelming. Focus on the spaces you see when you wake up. The kitchen counter, the entryway, the living room. Lightly sweep, clear the table, fluff a cushion. It's not about perfection. It's about giving yourself a clean, emotional slate. And when this habit becomes part of your nightly rhythm, your mornings start with peace instead of pressure. So tonight, before you turn out the lights, take just a few moments to reset. Comment 10 if you believe a gentle evening reset can make tomorrow feel brighter before it even begins. Creating a peaceful environment before bed sets the tone for rest. But staying ahead of messes throughout the day depends on one powerful thing: accessibility. One of the smartest habits people with consistently clean homes adopt is keeping cleaning supplies within easy reach. It sounds simple, but this one choice can make the difference between taking action in the moment or putting it off until the mess becomes a burden. We've all been there. You notice a spill on the counter or a smudge on the bathroom mirror, but the cleaner is in a closet across the house. That small barrier is often enough to delay the task. And that delay? It grows. But when supplies are close at hand, cleaning becomes second nature. A cloth under the kitchen sink. Disinfectant wipes in the bathroom drawer. A handheld vacuum in the living room corner. These little placements create flow. They make it easy to clean as you go, without breaking your rhythm or mood. This habit isn't about being prepared for a deep clean. It's about removing friction, making the act of care so convenient that it feels effortless. Set yourself up for success by placing the tools where you use them most. Let your home invite maintenance instead of resisting it. Comment 11 if you believe that making cleaning easy is the secret to making it consistent. Convenience makes habits stick, but when it comes to maintaining the feeling of a clean home, few habits are as instantly rewarding as tending to the floors. No matter how tidy your surfaces are, if the floors feel gritty underfoot, the whole room loses its shine. That's why people who keep their homes feeling fresh and welcoming often commit to a quick daily sweep or vacuum, especially in high-traffic areas. It doesn't have to be thorough. You're not deep cleaning the entire house. You're simply restoring order where it's needed most: hallways, kitchen corners, entryways, or wherever dust, crumbs, and pet hair gather fastest. These areas don't just collect dirt, they broadcast it. When they're clean, everything feels lighter. There's something grounding about sweeping. The motion itself is meditative. And when it becomes part of your routine, right after dinner or before bed, it starts to feel less like a task and more like a reset. This habit is especially powerful because it tackles mess before it multiplies. A few minutes now saves you from the exhausting Saturday sweep-a-thon later. And it reinforces a truth many overlook. Cleanliness isn't an event. It's a rhythm. So take a few minutes today to move with intention through your space, clearing what doesn't belong, making room for what does. Comment 12 if you believe that clean floors are the quiet foundation of a peaceful home. After all the sweeping, folding, wiping, and straightening, it's easy to move straight into the next task. But a truly cared-for home isn't just maintained. It's lived in and appreciated. That's why one of the most meaningful habits isn't about cleaning at all. It's about taking time to enjoy your space. Too often, we treat cleanliness as a means to an end, a checkbox before guests arrive or a chore to keep up appearances. But what if the end goal isn't just cleanliness, but comfort? A home that actually soothes you. A space that holds you, calms you, reflects who you are. Take a moment. Sit in your favorite chair. Light a candle. Open the window and let the curtains dance. Let yourself feel what you've created. A space that's not just tidy, but peaceful. Not just presentable, but personal. This practice doesn't require hours. Even 5 minutes of quiet presence can reframe your relationship with your home. It reminds you why the habits matter. It turns routine into reward. And something beautiful happens when you begin to enjoy your space intentionally. You naturally want to care for it. Maintenance becomes love in motion. So slow down. Breathe it in. Let yourself receive the peace you've worked to create. Comment 13 if you believe that your home should not only be clean, but a place where you can truly feel at home. Once you've allowed yourself to enjoy your space, there's one more habit that can deepen the connection between your home and your well-being: reflection. In homes that feel the most grounded and nurturing, there's often a quiet ritual at the end of the day, writing down one thing you're grateful for. It doesn't have to be profound. It can be as simple as the smell of clean sheets or a clear countertop. But taking a moment to name what felt good that day shifts your perspective. It reinforces that your efforts aren't just chores. They're acts of care that are already making a difference. Gratitude has a way of softening the edges of everyday life. It takes the ordinary and reveals what's quietly extraordinary within it. And when you begin to recognize those small, beautiful moments in your space, your motivation to maintain it doesn't come from pressure. It comes from appreciation. This habit is personal, peaceful, and powerful. Keep a notebook in your favorite corner. Write a line before bed. Let it be messy, honest, simple. Over time, these reflections become a record, not of what you cleaned, but of what you noticed and cherished. Because ultimately, a clean home isn't just about appearance. It's about how it makes you feel. And gratitude makes everything feel more meaningful. Comment 14 if you believe that recognizing one small joy each day can transform your space and your spirit. When we think of a clean home, we often imagine hard work, long hours, and constant upkeep. But the truth is far gentler and far more hopeful. A peaceful, inviting home doesn't require perfection. It doesn't demand exhaustion. It simply asks for presence. A few mindful minutes. A handful of small, loving habits repeated with care. Every action you take, whether it's wiping a counter, folding a blanket, or writing down something you're grateful for, is a quiet investment in your well-being. These aren't just chores, they're choices. And over time, they create more than just a clean space. They create a life that feels lighter, calmer, more yours. You don't need to do all 13 habits at once. Start with one. Let it settle. Let it change how your space feels. Then build from there. Because often, it's the smallest shift that leads to the biggest transformation. If this story spoke to you, if it reminded you of what home can feel like, please like this video, share it with someone you care about, and subscribe to the channel for more stories that nourish the heart and the home. Your journey to a gentler, more peaceful space begins with one small step.